Incorporated, located on the ground floor of the Shoreline Building, Vidbutai, Castries. Visit our showroom or call us at 452-9022 or 452-9021 for all your LED decorative and outdoor lighting solutions. Check out our webpage, www.caribbeanledlighting.com.
Vaval Central is on now. Vaval Central is sponsored by the Carnival Planning and Management Committee, the Carnival Music Management Committee, Creamery Novelties, Live a Little, Harris Paints, the Champions of Color, the Computer Store, and Quartz, bringing value home. We're back! Vaval Central! The music, the happenings, interviews, and all aspects of Carnival. Vaval Central! Yeah! Vaval Central! 8 to 9:30 a.m. Monday to Friday with Teddy Francis and TNRCI. Vaval Central beginning May 19 on the Caribbean Sound. Sponsored by the Carnival Planning and Management Committee, the Carnival Music Management Committee, Harris Paints, the Computer Store, Quartz, bringing value home, and Creamery Novelties. Vaval Central! Yeah!
Get ready, St. Lucia. Lucian Carnival 2025 is on, and this year it's bigger, brighter, and bolder than ever. From Calypso to Soca, Junior Carnival to Juve, and Panorama to Pageantry, every event is bursting with non-stop energy, ecstasy, and vibes. Come catch the rhythm on Carnival Monday and Tuesday with views that only Lucian Carnival can deliver. It's the ultimate summer escape. Feel the vibes, embody the spirit. Lucian Carnival, nothing sweeter than that.
Experience Carnival with Quartz Ready Cash. Enter to win $10,000 cash when you take a loan for $3,000 or more. Get the cash to purchase event tickets and costumes. All you need to apply is your ID, payslip, recent job letter, proof of address, and 2 references. No security required. Flexible payment terms, quick approval, and hassle-free. Visit us in-store or apply online at www.quartz.com. Quartz Ready Cash. Ready when you are. Promotion ends June 30th, 2025. Normal criteria and special conditions apply.
South Calypso Tent, in collaboration with the Carnival Music Management Committee and the CPMC, present the Advocates of the Art Form. Long live Kaiso! The grand launching Friday, May 23rd at the National Cultural Center. Showtime 8:30 p.m. Featuring 4-time Calypso Monarch, Minal, Dyka Fontalio, Oshun, King Kakal, Queen Yards, Cherry Boy, Mighty K, Mahandra, Damian, Diplomat, Boss Al, newcomers, Lucian, Arta, and more. Surprise guest artists with MC Dorville, the backup band, South All Stars. Admission $25 you pay at the door. This event is sponsored by Lucilette, Southern Taxi Association, Bounty Rum, Beer Marcel, Peter Beer, Climax, and IC, Caribbean Grains Flour Mill, Peter and Company Auto, Jason and Alton Mondesi, Forest Springs, Michelle's Electrical, South Calypso Tent, Grand Launch, Friday, May 23rd, 8:30 p.m. at the NCC. This event is licensed by ECHO. No unauthorized vendors allowed.
Who's a little man with a lot to offer? He is the Harris Paints man who sells the best for ladies in so many colors. He's the Harris Paints man for a better paint and a better price. Check the little man for some soft advice. If you're painting inside, outside, you'll be satisfied when you use Harris Paints. If you're painting inside, outside, you'll be satisfied when you use Harris Paints.
Are you a small business owner looking for dependable IT support? Then look no further. TCS has the solutions to all your IT needs. Our experienced and qualified team of IT professionals has all your IT solutions. We provide wired and wireless networking, point of sale solutions, network security, data backup and recovery solutions, desktops and laptops, computer hardware and software, computer accessories, inks, toners, and much more. Don't let IT solutions cripple your operations or your ability to serve your clients. Call us today at 450-4638 or visit us on the ground floor of the American Drywall Building at Vidbutai. The Computer Store, meeting your demands in the IT world.
Fire One Calypso Tent, in collaboration with the Carnival Planning and Management Committee and the Carnival Music Management Committee presents Opening Night on Saturday, May 24th at the National Cultural Center. Kickoff time 8:30 p.m. But come early for a pre-show warm-up starting at 7 p.m. Admission $25. Featuring an electrifying lineup. Akio, Alican, Educator, Reddy, Robbie, Trish, Shen, Unpredictable, Prosper, Matcha, Snow, and defending monarch, Dazral. Guest performances by Slack and Frost with MC Dornaville, Fire One Calypso Tent. Opening night, Saturday, May 24th, 8:30 p.m. at the NCC. The pre-show warm-up is at 7 p.m. Music by the band Take That. This event is licensed by Echo.
Oh, I've got this feeling to high-five the sun, dance in the rain, and have my scoop of fun. I'm on my way to flavor my day with something new, and I've got room for you. Let loose and live a little, get close and share a little, give in and taste a little. You'll fall in love with creamery novelties of life and live a little. I get close and share a little, give in and taste a little. You'll fall in love with creamery novelties.
Enjoy Creamy Novelties ice cream, distributed by Ferrens Foods. Live a little.
The wait is over. We are about to turn it on. Soccer, the ultimate tent, in collaboration with the CMMC, presents Big Bad Soccer on Saturday, May 31st at the Pavilion in Rodney Bay. Performing live. Bounce, Marta, Slide, Anthony Fat Machine, Sadale, Keisha and more. Starting time 8 p.m. Admission $25 at the door. The first 100 people pay $20. Soccer, the ultimate tent, presents Big Bad Soccer.
When you get the car,
Saturday, May 31st, 8 p.m. at the Pavilion on Rodney Bay. This event is sponsored by Lucelec, Campari, Doers, PJ, Peter Bear, Island Sound, Pleasant FM, NBC, Hot FM, The Wave, and Radio Caribbean International. The event is licensed by Echo.
Friday, July 18th, Darren Sammy Cricket Ground.
all you put your hands in the air if you love sweet soca music.
Color Me Red.
Somebody say sweet soca music. Oh my gosh. This is the thing to change the world. Watch and sing the words with me. Go. When I'm feeling under the weather, you just make me feel sweet. I take cocoa tea using sugar, and together we are complete. Darling, keep me up. Only you alone can put fire back in the soul.
Early bird tickets are $135. General admission $150. VIP $500.
Color Me Red. Darren Sammy Cricket Ground.
I could never let you miss how she did. Miss how she did. Y'all are coming home, I will see you again. Hold you through these nights and dreaming.
Color Me Red.
Put up the fire. Bubbling it over. Crazy.
Friday, July 18th, Darren Sammy Cricket Ground.
Color Me Red. It's your cocoa tea and
Color Me Red tickets are available now at Steve's Barbershop, Radio Caribbean International, The Cell, TM Antoine Partners, Red Team members, and FourCirclesTickets.com. Color Me Red, the greatest love.
Morning, Vaval Central.
And we're back, Vaval Central in the Caribbean Sound. Good morning, Teddy.
Good morning, Iowa. Good morning. The action continues here on Vaval Central. We live on Facebook, Iowa, as usual.
Yes, I.
We ready?
Yes, I.
And we're going. So, Iowa, the action is that we're starting with the music, as we said. The first set of music this morning. Lots to look forward to. We mentioned the Dennery Carnival. We want to really push them. Dennery Carnival in a big way. Sunday evening is Dennery Carnival. That is the big start for the community carnivals. All of them preparing in a big way. But Dennery Carnival will be the first to have their official launch. They're wasting no time, Iowa. In a big way with all the carnival bands launching. on Sunday evening over at the Denry Multipurpose Court. That will be accompanied by all the leading artists, including people like Ezra, along with DYP. Lots to look forward to on Sunday evening with Denry Carnival. Ahead of that, we have the South Calypso tent on Friday night. Persons could hardly wait for that. And then that is followed on the following day by the Fire One Calypso tent. And so that is part of the action. The extension we announced yesterday of the deadline for submissions for the recordings, the CD recordings, that we'll be looking forward to the extension for the soca artist Groovy and Power to submit the recordings. That will be Wednesday of next week, and then the judging process starts a few days after that for decide who goes on to the auditions and then to the semis and of course to the big yard, the final 10. The Junior Carnival very much on. We're speaking tomorrow with Jason Batchelor Joseph. He's the coordinator for the music aspect of it. For the music, there is steel band, the school steel band, school calypso, school soca, really happening indeed. That development with all the aspects of carnival being well nurtured at the school from infant through primary and secondary schools. The addition of Sir Arthur Lewis with a nice calypso forum with writing and singing by the students is really very welcome. And then of course we have the progression towards the big yard. We hope that they graduate and go on to the big yard, the grooming of talent as it were. We also looking forward to the school tour. The school tour will start in a big way tomorrow. Tomorrow they are going on to the Groseley School and the Morshy Primary School. So the north there'll be heat in the north. The youngsters from Groseley and Morshy Primary looking forward to welcoming the carnival train with all the artists, the steel band, the carnival queens going on to really inculcate the carnival spirit and the knowledge and awareness and appreciation of the carnival arts at the school level. All that and more we have to develop. The music being released in a big way. We running, so as we said today, we want to go through Sly. Apparently has just sent some new music. Just released overnight Sly, his new releases for this year. Then we also have, we mentioned yesterday, Ninja Dan with his Too Sweet, a warning from Nerdy, all that to play today. MNR will also be featured today as we go through. We of course happy to hear from Sly. He is defending his crown as Groovy Monarch. Ricky T as the power man, we'll be hearing a lot more from him. So the soca music, and of course we told you the steel bands, we always like to keep them in focus. The steel bands, we are already getting word of the tunes that they'll be playing for competition. We do hear that Pan Time will be playing this year the Damn Proud Lucian, and then the new tune released by Reddy and Neham Jabatis. An original piece will be done by Quartz Babono, and Fantastic and Crystal Nestor will be playing Ninja in St. Lucia, very popular St. Lucian classic. So already the pan shipping up well, some very accessible tunes to be appreciated by the lovers. But we're starting this morning. As we tell you, we do have some guests in, lots as usual. We have a super icon, a legend himself, very interesting for discussion. He's now has been a prolific producer. Now he is releasing tunes under his DYP, Tigerson, Penn Joseph is in studio. Welcome, Penn.
Good morning, Mr.
This
Francis.
morning.
Good morning, Vaval
Penn
Central.
is here.
Good morning, Iowa. Good morning, King. Soldier in the building.
We'll be discussing Penn producing music. He's a leader of DYP, but more important that he has really been the thread, the foundation of the growth of that soca industry. Here this morning we'll be assessing the growth of it, where we're going, where we're not going, what we need to do, what has been done. And of course, Penn is very much the godfather, very relevant still in the a relevant godfather. I never tell you grandfather, I said the godfather, eh, Penn? No, godfather. I said my language. I said a relevant godfather. Penn is the godfather, but he's still the leading front man and hype man of all the bands in St. Lucia. The man, the hype man is, the Penn. So. Penn wearing that silver chain for nothing. He playing the part. And we have legend for legend. We do have legend. The Sentoma name, the Sentoma brand. Come Carnival, you want more legend than that. We have Natani Sentoma. Welcome, Natani.
Hi, morning.
She is very much an artist. She is all aspects of it. Model, dancer, expert dancer, top class dancer. She's also a carnival baby from early. King and Queen of the band. She's there. Costume designer with her father, Giovanni Solvani. Sentoma, very much there, and Giovanni We hoping we join us at some point on Vaval Central this morning. Natani is here. Natani Sentoma, we seeing her. We have her in the charm corner. What the corner we see for only Pen is the only pretty people could go over there. That's the pretty mass section. So you get in there, Pen. You get in there. So Natani Sentoma here, right as the first female ambassador. We have a number of ambassadors appointed by the carnival body every year to promote the music here and internationally. And Natani became the first female ambassador. She'll tell us lots about the carnival, what is the aim of the carnival agency, what you're trying to do with the carnival, her own role, and she's also an ambassador for St. Lucia Distillers, for the spirit of St. Lucia. Lots more to show the different aspects of carnival, and we welcome Natani Sentoma this morning. We go in first, Iowa, as we get ready to speak to Tony Wilkinson. Join him online in just a bit. Let's just link with Tony Wilkinson at this point, Iowa. Let's try to get him, but let's run some of TC Brown, his release Exodus.
Yeah. Let's go. Shanga Pro. So long slavery abolished, black man still impoverished, elders languish in anguish, watching children perish. Tell me who's responsible? Is the black man capable to remove his people from underneath this rubble? Will the Asian investor or Caucasian Messiah be our savior? Our savior and deliverer. To these questions, the answer is the black diaspora must drag Africa out of this quagmire. So black man, sharpen your skills, summon the goodwill, mission to fulfill, continent and our people to build. African Americans to us, it's time to come across. Prepare for the exodus of face the Holocaust. Yahoo! Exodus, going to our Father's home. We are going, Exodus, going to our Mama's home. Chant out loud, I'm black and I'm proud. Raise your head like me, wear your collar with dignity. Join hands with me and claim your patrimony. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. Caribbean is lands, but not islands. So come away from the land of the sinking sands. We are going, Exodus, going to our Father's home. We are going, Exodus, going to our Father's home. Jeje no bien content, la guys are la kiwi, they do. Jeje no bien content, nous en route pour Afrique. Jouer musique, les nous vivre, nous caille chanter, danser, exceller, liberté. Yeah.
Morning, Vaval Central.
TC Brownie and Vaval Central. Exodus, steady.
Yes, TC Brown with his offerings, with his absolutely. He gave us a taste yesterday of another tune when he came to these offerings for this year. Working with Trustcut Suku Augustine. Good morning, Suku, a foundation writer, having gone back and being one of the co-founders of the Takeover tent from early, and the whole wave and the young urban relevance of Calypso. We keep saying where the inner city and so became involved, where Rastafarians became involved in Calypso, making it appealing to the young people, certainly in the Castries area. Suku, along with persons like Jati and Gets Through, very responsible for that, continuing the legacy and now as a foremost writer in St. Lucia. Wilkie, give us a cough on that, boy. You approve that. Wilkie, clear this throat, boy. You're clearing this throat. Morning, Tony Wilkinson, good morning. The excitement is the anticipation here around the island for Friday night. Are you ready, Wilkie? The South?
Yes, first of all, good morning, St. Lucia. Yes, we're very much prepared for Friday night, 24th of May. Yeah.
Right. Tell us what the cast looks like this year.
Well, it's a heavy cast. It's a heavy cast. Most people singing two songs. It's about we have about 13 and one guest appearance by the reigning primary school Calypso Monarch, who is now in the secondary schools finals.
Right.
Tikeno.
Right.
He'll be doing his first appearance for the year, okay, for the season. And we have Minel, we have Teddy Boy, we have Mighty K, we have Damien, Dyka Fontario, Freddie, who is now named Diplomat. Oshun. We have Queen Yards, we have Kaka, we have Gamshan, we have a newcomer called Atta, okay. We have the return of Mahandra, and we have a newcomer called Lushan, who is the reigning Carnival Queen, Shan Lucien.
Right. Yeah, sounds like a good cast. And tell me, during the inter-season, what have you been working on? What's your focus? What your real aim and objective? I know you have pressed, your discipline and quality has been your hallmark in the past. What is your emphasis now going forward? What you really instill in your members?
Okay, well, it is still based on that discipline primarily. I mean, the first thing, the main thing, and once you already attract Calypsonians, or attract persons to the tent who really understands it's not just about the competition, but it's about the art form. Mm-hmm. Okay, this is why we've been keeping the theme every year, Long Live Calypso, because we believe it's all about our cultural heritage, and to make persons coming into our tent understand they come into participate in an art form, and it's not just about the competition and winning, but to contribute significantly to our cultural heritage, Calypso.
Right. Thanks, Wilkie. It must be it has been challenging for you. You're based in the South. You have to make the trip up north, but also rehearsals, musicians coming to the South. It's really an interesting and challenging dynamic for you. And persons who are not in the know, like maybe you and I, keep asking, why isn't there a South tent in the South? Why isn't there a show? But you know your reasons for moving there. Does it remain difficult and challenging putting it all together, getting transportation and all things done?
Well, yes. Although we have lots of support, in terms of ensuring that Savon Taxi has been our one of our main sponsors for maybe a period of 10 years or more now. You understand? They usually respond to our call, and ensure that for the season that we are all set with the bus, that kind of stuff. So that has helped us significantly. Also, I mean, it's a lot difficult in terms of what the position of St. Lucia in terms of musicians, mm-hmm. and not just musicians who are able to do the job, because this is different. This is something where you have to be able to read and play properly. Okay. So I mean, not insufficient musicians to play for all the things. So you find most of the things, and I've been doing that for a while now, have been importing musicians from Trinidad or St. Vincent or whatever to kind of make it work. Mm-hmm. And also, when it comes to some of the blowers too, I also have to get some of them from Castries, and they have to come up to race. And I mean, it calls for compensation in terms of the gas and the warranty of the vehicles and that kind of stuff and whatever. So it's a lot, but I try my best to ensure that we can get the support, I mean financially or otherwise, to help us through this kind of situation. This year we have four musicians from Trinidad, including two of them based in St. Lucia, who are teachers in St. Lucia, and two of them coming from who brought down from Trinidad. Mm-hmm. Okay, and the rest of the guys are a few from the south and a few from Castries.
Nice. Well, Wilkie, looking like you're well prepared, always well organized your effort. The country can hardly wait for your offerings on Friday night. So, go ahead.
What I'm saying, it is very strenuous. I mean, especially right now, opening first after the jazz and that kind of stuff or whatever,
right.
And getting prepared. It's no easy task. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
It's very, very strenuous. It's very, you have all kind of situations, especially documentation-wise, NEMO and that kind of stuff. And we are based in the south and to make the move. I mean, I have somebody who really assists me with my vehicle. I mean, he kind of does that up and down for me. Plus, I'm a teacher. You understand? I teach. I work. I teach with government. I mean, at the public school.
Right.
So I mean,
so it's challenging. In fact,
it's a lot difficult.
Yeah. We appreciate that, Wilkie. And in fact, we want to speak with Claude Paul when he pops in a little later about this really onerous requirements for the events, for public events now. They've added an Inland Revenue tax clearance requirement. It's really demanding for small entities like you, but we'll be speaking more on that later. Just make your final pitch now, the public listening, your final word to the public as you get ready for Friday night.
Okay. I would like to let the public know that South Constituency is very much prepared to open on Friday. I mean, it's to open the Calypso season on Friday. We are all set. Our rehearsals have been going well. And I mean, the doors will be open at 7 o'clock. It's only $25. We have a heavy cast, and I mean, real surprises, real serious Calypso, a really good mix. You understand? I mean, if they miss it, they should blame themselves. It's going to be a great show.
Right. South Calypso tent on Friday night. We'll all be there, Wilkie. We're all going to the Cultural Center on Friday night. Thank you, Wilkie, and continue the good work.
Thanks, Eddie, and thanks for the invitation.
Thank you. That's Tony Wilkinson of the South Tent. Day on Friday, followed by Fire One with Gregory Piper and his team on the following night. As we told you, we have Penn, the legend in our music industry in St. Lucia in all aspects, performer, band leader, producer, and certainly a composer of songs, really in his own right and very seriously, respectfully. A lot of respect and regard due to Penn. He's here to speak of his own work, also analyze the evolution, the growth of the music industry in St. Lucia. He has good company. Natalie Santoma is here, the charming new addition to the list of Carnival ambassadors officially appointed by the state. She is the daughter of the equally legendary and famous Giovanni Santoma, and so we'll be speaking of her in just a bit, along with lots more action. But let's get in a little music on the program. Penn could hardly wait to have his bit here. We appreciate, Penn, you leaving your busy studio schedule to come here this morning. We appreciate that. We know you pushing work. We know you in the middle of things, right? In the middle, huh? In the middle. We're going. We're going with Educator. Is one of those scheduled for the Fire One on Saturday. We have no recorded music from the South yet, but we're going with Educator, ready for Fire One on Saturday night. He's one of the compositions we have, and probably we'll run Ready a little after that.
This melody was insane, the man bust Lucia great again. Feel it, sing, feel it, sing. St. Lucia in it again. Feel it, sing, feel it, sing. No taste and going to waste. Everyone getting a taste. I make Lucia great again. Feel it, sing, feel it, sing. It trail the car back. Battery money no slack. Rail horse race back on track. With plenty gratitude I reopening St. Jude. My figures are not skewed. Even for youngsters to grow and ripen there tomorrow. His cream, that was my dream. Recover the computers, we go but thought they was. Placed each one where it was. I made St. Lucia great again. Feel it, sing, feel it, sing. I make Lucia great again.
Yep. Educator on Vaval Central. Make St. Lucia great again. Steady.
Your thoughts, Iowa?
Huh?
Your thoughts?
St. Lucia, we great. That's already the greatest. Yeah.
You don't always like to get your thoughts. We're going to the break and coming back with Penn, the legend here on Vaval Central. Lots of new music for persons to assess. Giving them the music, I will not come and say we're not hearing the music, the new music. Every morning, listen to Vaval Central, the new music, soca, kaiso, we're giving it to you. Listen there. Natani Sentoma is in here, the new female ambassador, or first ever female carnival ambassador, as is Penn. After the break, we meet Natani, and then we get with Penn, the music of St. Lucia.
Thank you very much, Teddy. Vaval Central and the Caribbean Sound is sponsored by the Carnival Planning Management Committee, the Carnival Music Management Committee, Creamery Novelties, Live a Little, Harris Paints, the Champions of Color, the Computer Store, and Courts, bringing value home.
Get ready, St. Lucia. Lucian Carnival 2025 is on, and this year it's bigger, brighter, and bolder than ever. From Calypso to Soca, Junior Carnival to Juve, and Panorama to Pageantry, every event is bursting with non-stop energy, ecstasy, and vibes. Come catch the rhythm on Carnival Monday and Tuesday with views that only Lucian Carnival can deliver. It's the ultimate summer escape. Feel the vibes, embody the spirit. Lucian Carnival, nothing sweeter than that.
South Calypso Tent, in collaboration with the Carnival Music Management Committee and the CPMC, present the Advocates of the Art Form. Long live Kaiso! The grand launching Friday, May 23rd at the National Cultural Center. Showtime, 8:30 p.m. Featuring four-time Calypso Mona, Minal, Dyka Fontalio, Oshun, King Kakal, Queen Yards, Teddy Boy, Mighty K, Mahandra, Damian, Diplomat, Boss Al, Newcomers, Lucian, Arta and more. Surprise guest artists with MC Donerville, the backup band, South All Stars. Admission $25 you pay at the door. This event is sponsored by Lucilec, Southern Taxi Association, Bounty Rum, Beer Marcel, Peter Beer, Climax and IC, Caribbean Grains Flour Mill, Peter and Company Auto, Jason and Alton Mondesi, Forest Springs, Michelle's Electrical, South Calypso Tent, Grand Launch, Friday, May 23rd, 8:30 p.m. at the NCC. This event is licensed by ECHO. No unauthorized vendors allowed.
On Saturday, June 14th at the Pavilion in Rodney Bay, join Hollywood HP for a once-in-a-lifetime celebration as we journey through 25 years behind the decks and 15 years on stage as an artist.
We back on the road.
Hollywood. It's Hollywood's house.
If you're rolling with me,
June 14th, relive the vibes with timeless tracks. Hollywood's house. It's the biggest house party to hit St. Lucia. Get ready to dance, reminisce, and create new memories. Tickets are $80. VIP pay $200. Available at Sell Outlets and Four Circles online. Be part of the biggest house party. Hollywood's house. On Saturday, June 14th from 8 p.m. at the Pavilion in Rodney Bay.
Fire One Calypso Tent, in collaboration with the Carnival Planning and Management Committee and the Carnival Music Management Committee, present opening night on Saturday, May 24th at the National Cultural Center. Kickoff time 8:30 p.m. But come early for a pre-show warm-up starting at 7 p.m. Admission $25. Featuring an electrifying lineup. Akio, Alikan, Educator, Reddy, Robbie, Trish, Shan, Unpredictable, Prosper, Mancha, Snow, and defending monarch, Gazral. Guest performances by Slack and Frost with MC Dornaville, Fire One Calypso Tent. Opening night, Saturday, the 24th, it's 30 p.m. at the NCC. The pre-show warm-up is at 7 p.m. Music by the band Take That. This event is licensed by Echo.
Discover a new standard of health and wellness right here in St. Lucia at Vision Express Medical Center. Conveniently located in the Orange Grove Plaza, Waterwash. From advanced eye care and surgery to a fully stocked modern pharmacy, offering a comprehensive holistic range of services and products tailored to your needs. Our specialized diabetes clinic, expert podiatry services, luxurious medi-spa, and professional dermatology treatments ensure you are in the best hands. Visit us today at Vision Express Medical Center, Orange Grove Plaza. Call 457-7400. Vision Express Medical, your ultimate destination for healthcare needs.
The wait is over. We are about to turn it on. Soca, the ultimate tent, in collaboration with the CMMC, present Big Bad Soca on Saturday, May 31st at the Pavilion in Rodney Bay. Performing live, Bounce, Marta, Slide, Anthony Fat Machine, Sadale, Keisha and more. Starting time 8 p.m. Admission $25 at the door. The first 100 people pay $20. Soca, the ultimate tent, presents Big Bad Soca.
Boy, when you get the car,
Saturday, May 31st, 8 p.m. at the Pavilion on Rodney Bay. This event is sponsored by Lucelect, Campari, Doers, PJ, Peter Bear, Island Sound, Pleasant FM, NBC, Hot FM, The Wave, and Radio Caribbean International. The event is licensed by Echo. And we're back, Vaval Central and RCI, Teddy.
Saying good morning to Echo and all the agencies facilitating the growth of the art form, the growth of the industry here on St. Lucia. Penn is here first, Natani is about to go. We mentioned that we're encouraging all the artists to come forward. Penn making the point that we have a situation where the Calypso Monarch, the reigning Calypso Monarch, Desrel has just about the most popular party tune at the moment, the car. I saw Penn mashing up Soufre with the car, with DYP, the car. Which car are you talking about? A Vaval, I think, which car?
Yeah, you describe it, you could make sense of it, Make it make sense.
Makes sense. But it's a car you're talking about, right? A car.
Man,
It's a car with 4 wheels. All right.
Stick to that story.
Stick to that story. Natani Sintoma, the female ambassador of Carnival in St. Lucia. Welcome, Natani. Tell us of your involvement in Carnival. What qualifies you to be an ambassador of Carnival? How involved have you been in Carnival before? Welcome to Vaval Central.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here. It's that time of the year, my time of the year. So I'm really excited. It's an honor being the first female ambassador for sure. And being the face of Bounty right now, carrying those titles, it's a lot. But I'm really, really excited for this year. It's going to be a huge carnival and there's a lot going on. And I believe that this is exactly where I'm supposed to be. I grew up in Carnival since I was a baby. I could crawl. My father had me in contact cement and cardboard in a mass camp. So I have plenty of experience with that my entire life, thanks to him. And being able to carry Queen of the Band costumes as well. I've done it 4 times now, and it's definitely not something that I plan to stop doing anytime soon. I'm not carrying this year, but I will be back next year full force. And not only that, but I've been dancing in this space for a long time, with Silver Shadow Performing Arts Academy. Shout out Barry George. It's been a journey being on stage in different capacities for Carnival, being able to support, being able to preserve culture, especially as a young person. I'm usually one of the youngest in the room, and that's something I hope to change. But for now, I will definitely, carry that cross, especially as a woman in this space,
Well, as the ambassador for Carnival, they certainly hope, I think, among the criteria would have been for selecting ambassadors, persons who are steeped in Carnival, but also well-placed. I think your social media presence would have been one of the factors
Yeah.
Are you being selected? Is that the case?
I would say so. I feel like I have an engaging audience.
How many followers do you have?
14.8K.
1,000?
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
So I have a decent reach for sure. Like I said, my engagement is pretty high, so I know that my audience sees what I put out there and they appreciate what I put out there, and I think that really matters, especially trying to get all the information out and build the hype around Carnival. So yeah, for sure.
And that partners, as you said, you've been selected as the Phase 2 and main ambassador promoter for Spirit of St. Lucia Bounty Run.
Yes, that has been amazing. I definitely feel like I'm part of the family. I know it's cliche to say, but it's a genuine feeling. And I mean, it's something I genuinely enjoy. So I genuinely enjoy Bounty. I support the brand. And I mean, Spirit of St. Lucia, but also
they're very
Spirit of
involved in
Carnival.
Carnival also.
Yes, exactly, heavily. So everything really feels like it's aligned this year.
Well, tell us, the Carnival Committee, the Carnival Agency, what are some of the main aims? I know they've wrapped the Carnival in some really achievements that they hope to get in promote. It's not just abandonment and bacchanal, but they hope to develop the art form and the wider community through Carnival.
Right, for sure. So there are the pillars of Carnival, right? So we have inclusivity. Of course, you really want everybody to feel like they can get involved from near, far, whatever race you are. There's something you connect to at the festival. Responsible enjoyment is another pillar.
A second pillar.
Right. And we really want to push safety. You know, this is a time where everybody, bacchanal and everything, but you really have to be responsible for yourself, but also check for others, in the space. Even if it's drinking, driving, whatever it is, making sure that things are safe this year and every year. Sustainability is another pillar. Implementing eco-friendly practices and supporting youth development initiatives to ensure the long-term viability of the carnival. And then the fourth pillar is cultural preservation, which I hold near and dear to my heart. I think it's really important to educate people, right, about who we are and really build that national pride. And I think that's something that's very important this time around, especially with the national events, trying to push people to really support the national events coming up.
Yeah, well, I'm very clear now as you establish the four pillars that drive the carnival. So it's not just wanton staging of events, but they are in fact couched in certain objectives and certain deliverables at the end. For your own take on how you see the transmission of carnival traditions and art forms from one generation to the other to the youngsters. Persons are very happy with how it is happening in steel band. It certainly is happening there. There are lots of youngsters involved in steel band. Generally, how you see it with carnival, the participation in carnival, young people.
I definitely think that many young people want to participate in carnival. I just feel like we need some more involvement in the cultural activities, like I mentioned.
You mean national events?
Right, exactly. So being supportive of King and Queen at the bands. It's a free event, and so I feel like I need to see more people, more young people especially, but really and truly with that, to get the growth.
There's an emphasis on the Lucian Junior Carnival this year, different aspects.
Oh yes,
many activities.
For sure, many activities. So even tomorrow, the school tour begins, right? And so that's exciting. Not only that, we have the Junior Calypso on June 6th, and then we have the Soca, which is new, right, for the youth. And that's exciting because we get to really see the upcoming artists and who's really going to be on the scene. And I'm excited about that. There's also Pan, Junior Pan, and of course we have Junior Carnival itself. So there's a lot of stuff for the youth to be involved in and to show us what talent is coming up and to invest in.
Yeah. We're speaking with Natani Santoma, who is the one of the ambassadors for Carnival ambassadors. She has lots more to share with us, and of course she will very soon be live on Instagram. She hadn't quite gotten a chance to do that yet with her next intervention, but we're coming back to Natani, who has a lot more to share with us. We always like to continue with the music as we go to Penn. We share Penn and Claude Paul Poppy has come in to join us. Poppy confirming that now Calypso Center has to get a tax clearance before they could have their show. When you come, you tell us about it. It's really onerous, the requirements. But you know what I say about the requirements? For mass events in St. Lucia, for the uninitiated, they've stipulated now a number of requirements from NEMO, from the garbage disposal to the eco license, must all be in place before the police sign off. But we still ask that, you know, the most vulnerable, risk-prone event in St. Lucia, Goosey Friday night, has no requirements, you know, right? There's no such requirements for Goosey Friday night. There's no ambulance, fire, you know. But if Penn having a little fit, you have to have a doctor and nurse, you know. So I just tell them to standardize it, you know, to make sure that all the events have requirements. And so when the Calypso tent has to go through so much, you want to make sure that it's equal across the board. But we have to respect the requirements of settings for our safety and to ensure to, well, Claudia will answer that when you come, but maybe they have the reason for the tax clearance one, you know. Events could be a way of washing a lot of things, you know. But we get into that in just a bit. We're going. You have MNR, one of the budding soca artists. Before we go to Penn, we played. He's in the middle. We have to play his music later. Penn is also going to bust a rhythm today, a new rhythm, Penn. Today.
I like how you say that. You know.
To bust it, a mad rhythm.
I like how you say that.
A mad rhythm today. Busting a mad rhythm today. Right. And so we're going with MNR, a budding young artist. We're really impressed with her progress, her offering for this year before we go to Penn and Poppy and then Natani, who has a lot more to say.
Vaval Central, Teddy?
Yes, we're teasing all the music, giving you a sample of the music. As somebody asked me a while ago, the Calypsos, we want to hear the whole song. You say no. You're going to the tent to hear the whole song. You understand, Iowa? We give you a sample, a little taste, go to the tent to hear the whole song, or wait till next week when we play the full songs, the recording, we're teasing you. MNR, a budding artist, Ninja Dan in the fray. He's released two so far, one of them too sweet. Rankin Morgan having a hand in that one. Let's go.
fan, pass my play this and me do. Pourquoi doudou, ou pas aimer comme ça.
Ninja Dan on Vaval Central, Teddy.
Ninja Dan, if that one too sweet, linking if Rankin Morgan on that one. Ninja Dan, well, we know his role in the foundation, the growth, Penn, along with people like Penn, the revolution when we moved from what we call, used to laugh at us, we had fast calypso, we didn't have soca. Remember, Poopy? Yes, we used to have fast calypso, no soca, and men like Penn, Alpha, Manifesto Jam, Dickie Pakatan was our big song. We had no soca at all. Ruston Taylor. Hillary and the Saucepan. Iowa, you laughing? Remember that, eh?
Yes.
Iowa, Penn, Kakal, Nicole David, Ace, the revolution there to change it into soca. So Ninja Dan was very much part of that. Kayo, big up Kayo. NG
Boy,
Soca
every
Stage, remember, boy?
Always
NG
Kayo.
Soca Stage.
Don't never
And
forget Kayo.
We're going through in a while how we changed it from then, and they start respecting us. We have now Nerdy, who's a big name now in the soca. He has one saying he warning you when he horning you. Yeah.
Let's go.
Rankin, how you been? Nerdy dead. Don't worry. There's always two sides to the story. Tell me if it's right. Have your phone, but mine you want to use for life. Who that be calling you in the middle of the night? Before I say something, you think it's fight I want to fight. Yeah. You feel like I'm a fool, 'cause I taking it cool. You feel like I'm a joke, take care you will get a stroke when you go to court. So listen baby, to how we could play the game. So if I cheat, I ain't doing it for fame. To how we could play the game. So if I cheat, I ain't want you spread my name. I want it yo, I want it yo, I want it yo, before I want it yo. I want it yo, I want it yo, I want it yo, before I want it yo.
A little touch of Nerdy before we go to Penn, as you see, Natani Sintoma in the house, enjoying herself, live Carnival Ambassador, the benefit. There are lots of benefits to being an ambassador, Natani. You tell us about that when you come back to you in a while. The perks. The Penn is here. Tigerson, we mentioned a while ago, the journey of St. Lucia music is important to trace on Vaval Central, as we used to have, as we say, we laugh about it, but fast calypso, the soca thing. Annie Payne, we used to laugh at him, he was in a space age. Annie Payne is one fellow who was way ahead, remember? He was a young Marshall, long before the other fellow switched to soca. He used to do his soca thing, remember? All the
man,
antics of Marshall.
Annie Payne.
Annie Payne was years ahead. The public always used to laugh at him, like, you know, because he's still in the fast calypso mode. And then, as I said, 2003, ready 4 thereabout with Nicole David Bounce. Good morning to Nicole. Big up yourself. We love and support you. Penn, Studio 758, Cutty, and then people, the bad boys of soca, I call him Nigel Nicholas and company, remember?
Right, G.O.B.
Lebo and so. G.O.B. Came back and ready, and the artists of Manchester, Ninja, Alpha, really changed up and got many people into it. After that came Ricky T, the Revolution. So we did a big transition then. Where are we now, Penn? One observation being made is that our music is not traveling across the seas. We had sports where we had Ricky T being booked, Teddyson being booked, Moto, our Denry segment was trending about 5 years ago. We seem to have plateaued at this stage as far as the exporting of the music. Tell us, Penn, where we at, what needs to be done, your own assessment.
I mean, first of all, I don't want to knock anything, like you said earlier about the laugh part. I just want to correct that because time back then, and I will come to the answer in a bit, but in those days, with the fast calypso, what we used to call fast calypso, remember these people still used to get their forwards and the shows well attended as well. So remember the Big Yard by Beachcomber, remember when they used to have all of these kind of events at the time with Ways or Reasons. You know, Gilo was the star around that time with doing something different in Barbados. And for sure, I mean, I was on stage even back then with Weezer. You know, that's when I introduced the sampler. Everybody was like, yo, because, you know, Ecstatic used to use it, and I was one of the first people to literally bring it in the soca thing. And I remember coming to you. Well, we had a meeting at CDF, Ninja Dan and all the rest of the guys, NG said, Teddy, we must have that thing called the sampler on stage with us.
No,
and I literally
it was in the fast calypso time. Boucher you transition a little bit.
But
remember,
these
I
songs
want
were
to be
big,
fair.
these
Yeah,
songs
big,
were
but I'm
big.
saying there was a paucity. I
Locally.
always tell Jati, so the lady, all respect to her, Black Pearl, sang Boucher you. That year we had one hit, that year. One song, Strain. Buffalo had a good offering along with and Papa Pops. But apart from that, and then Kakal came afterwards with Taking Too Long to Come.
Right.
Papa Pops Blaze with his effort.
Yeah,
But
so
we
big
really
up-
strained. Black Pearl Punjab sang till she fainted everywhere because there was a dearth of music. I'm saying, and then the grooves came after that. So we were not as rich then, Pen. We were not. But then I remember that sampler thing. The sampler, which will explain to the public what it is the electronic parts of the music to give it body and to give it and
the identity to help shape the identity of the song, because a lot of generic stuff used to happen with normal piano keyboards. You'd have the M1, the O1, things that there were not too many, but now with all the soft synths and stuff, to make the song sound like the recording, you would have to get certain stems from the studio.
Right.
So that's what the sampler, that's what Ableton, that's what those things would enhance, hearing the identity. So when a song starts, you'd be like, wait a minute, I know what song this is. Right. And sometimes the regular keyboards that the players would have, it does not have that sound.
Right.
So it would maybe something close to it, but if you want the authentic thing, and the R&B artists have been doing it for years. So when you come in to the jazz festival with the 4 tracks before, you would
So
be in
the
the
sampler
background.
came-
Sometimes you'd actually have somebody with Pro Tools at the side of the stage, and monitor will literally playing tracks, and the band would play on top of it. So you'd see 5 musicians, and you'd hear the original stuff, but not the keyboard player playing there. He's enhancing it. So you would have the original, the underlying stuff from studio on Pro Tools, but now there's Ableton and different programs that you could load stuff and manipulate different, especially with soca music. And
for soca, it's important to make it, like you said, for the uninitiated, it might be complicated to make it sound like the recording.
Exactly, that's what it's for.
And so in 2003 or so, they came to me as director of CDF saying there's a guy called Penn, back from the ship, back fresh and foreign. He has a sampler, and we started it there. And so when we did Open a Carnival, you were there, the artist, you were happy. That's a revolution. Then we moved to the sampler,
and it made it easier to even back up the foreign artists, with their songs, because that's the standard that they're used to.
Right.
When you work with Traffic, Ecstatic, Destra, and these people back then, Atlantic, they had these things, and we had to match that.
So back to our thing, Ben. So that was a big jump, a quantum leap. We made progress, and the world looked at us. Where are we at now? Locally, a lot of work being done. We have big up the producers. You were one of the foundation producers. People like you and Cutty, initially in the music. Lots of others have come now, young producers, Miguel and Mo, a whole list of young producers.
Definitely.
As far as the export of our artists being booked overseas, we seem to have hit a little obstacle there, not as much as the last 10 years. Where we are in the industry, tell us your views. Where we are, what we need to do, your honest view.
So right now I could say, musically we were there. That's why you find a lot of the artists coming to St. Lucia to record and collaborate with
Production-wise,
we were there. We're okay. We're on par with the industry where soca music is concerned. Right now, what we need is distribution deals. We need those. We need to make those distribution decisions that would get the music out there in rotation with all the rest. Because remember, the advantage that Trinidad and Jamaica would have is the population. They have promoters all over the world. You could do a full tour on a Jamaican circuit or Trinidad circuit alone.
Okay.
Now, with soca music, a lot of the artists, they try to fit in there. But remember...
And Trinidad and Jamaica have bigger diaspora too.
Exactly.
Guaranteeing a market.
So I think we have to focus on what's out there. Look at all of the Jamaican artists, the dancehall artists now, what they're doing. They're penetrating the American market. They're trying to be part of the Breakfast Club and all of these places where they get millions of listeners. And with soca music, even Trinidad struggling when it comes to that too. We're trying to get in there. And as St. Lucians, let us not follow what the Trinidadians doing. Let us follow what the international artists some people, one song could change your life, You could, any artist, just reach out to the record labels, reach out to the distributors, work with the people who will give you the opportunity to be on a
How
stage.
did you get your music at the time of Ricky T, Pressure Boom, and the others that got through?
It's the same thing, and I was about to get to that. When we started doing distribution for Ricky T, we started to work with Walchi Fire, that's with Black Chinese. We worked with Butterfuku, who's in charge of so many fetes and clubs in Miami. We worked with, with Dwayne Menz. He had a lot of links. He still have even more now with these people, and we were able to slip Ricky T in there. We collaborated with with the producers of Little John. That's why we were able to get Ricky T on the same rhythm with Little John and Marshall. You know, so going out there in the real world would make everything work out for you. But it's not easy. It's easier said than done. But I mean, what we should focus on with social media now, there's an advantage. Get the sponsored pages. Let's not be dependent on the DJs. On radio. I mean, make sure that they're a priority. They have to have the music. Make sure they have the music. But when a DJ go to a fete, they're looking for their forwards. They're not going to take the risk most times and say, well, you know what? Let me play that new song. Some may do it, but most of them.
9 o'clock time check on RCI. 9 o'clock time check brought to you by Ference Foods. Ference Foods. 1 second, we'll be right back.
I'm feeling for something special, something good. Something tasty, something smooth. When I think about all the flavors I can savor,
I gotta have
Ference ice cream.
I wanna have, I need to have a flavor that makes me glad. But the way I feel, it must be Ference ice cream. Chocolate coated ice cream bars, creamsicles I gotta have. Give me some fat-free yogurt I need.
Ference ice cream.
Ference ice cream.
So delicious. Ference ice cream. Ference tastes so good. Ference ice cream. Whoa, I gotta have it. 'Cause only the best will do.
Ference ice cream.
Welcome back here, Pen. You're making the crucial point that
Yeah, man.
don't depend on DJs at parties or the announcers on the radio.
I mean, look at Split in the Middle as an example.
Right.
You know, I mean, people who talk about lyrical content and all sorts of different things. Yes, it helps. To have good music, it comes under the umbrella of having good music, whatever. But sometimes what we think is good music is really and truly not what other people may think is good music. Everybody have their taste, just like drinks. So distribution, influence, working with the internet influencers, with TikTok and all that. Get the music out there. That's the most important thing. You never know what's going to happen. If we all knew what a hit was going to be, we would not have songs that didn't make it. You know what I mean? So you have to work on the marketing and the distribution. Don't let nobody tell you nothing different. I've been there, I've seen it, I'm in it.
Right.
So you have to be able to, yes, good music, good lyrical content, all of those things, that's for you in your studio. But to get the music out there, work with people who are experts in marketing. You know, take that risk. Go out there, do the free shows, promo.
Here's an example. Let's get specific to the public. That has always concerned me. That song by I listen to music, Trinidad, all the soca music. Let's stick to soca, right? The soca circuit. And Clock Out by Nerdy. I want somebody to explain to me how did that song not penetrate? Nerdy didn't get bookings over in the Caribbean diaspora.
Again, like I said,
when I asked upon examination, that song doesn't have a video.
Teddy, okay, fine.
I'm saying, you're backing your point of the work needs to be done.
Yes, and again, when we hear songs, okay, let's use as an example. People would say, "Oh boy, you know what? The DJ's not playing my thing." Blah, blah, blah. The songs that bust, the DJ's playing it. You understand? The songs that bust, the songs that bust, the DJ's playing it. They don't have a choice; they have to play it. If they don't play it, they will be out of the loop.
Right.
Here's how it happens. Look at for jazz, Skilly Bang posted the crowd singing on the Saturday his song Shake It to the Max. You think Molly, Sensia and everybody link up with DJs down here and switching in their ears and tell them play my song and whatever? No. The song bus, the DJs found it. Who gonna rip it off YouTube, who gonna look for whatever, who recorded it with their phone, who did whatever, they found a way to get it. Big up the DJs, you know. Like I said, make sure that they are priority to get the music, get their email, and keep them updated. However, they are not responsible to bust your track. And that's the truth. When a DJ goes to a fete, they look at every time, just watch them well. They in the Serato, they watching the crowd. Serato watching the crowd.
Yeah.
Because they want to get that forward. The new generation of DJs now, especially those on the radio as well, they do the same thing. They will come to the radio station and they try to sell themselves as a DJ. When they sell themselves as a DJ, promoter like, boy, King Beats, I hear you on RCI there, I want you to play at the fete for me, you know. Not necessarily he will take a risk and try to push music that people don't know. That's our responsibility to find ways, creative ways to promote our music. Pay for the sponsor. Yes, put your hand in your pocket. Pay for your sponsored pages. Work with the internet influencers. Release the songs early. Carnival band's releasing in December. Why releasing music now? Right now we're on song number 7, you know, bro.
Which way? You mean
DYP, yeah. DYP on song number 7. Today we're dropping a new song.
So you're saying the work would have started a long time ago?
Exactly. From last year we're working, since summer we're working. So, we have to find ways to make it happen in advance where creation is concerned and make sure that you promote your stuff. Put it on your page, pay for your sponsor.
The TikTok evidence, I remember Alison Hines came now, and she's of a different generation, but she was conceding that TikTok works wonders for a couple of years.
Yeah, for sure.
TikTok, more than a radio announcer.
Yeah, for sure.
And what some people orchestrate to get a popular Natani to do a dance to the song, a TikTok dance. Doesn't it work, Natani? It does, yeah. The TikTok, TikTok, they get a lot of the young people, the music vibes from there,
But it comes under the umbrella of distribution. That's why people sign deals. When you hear somebody sign a deal for $1 million and all sorts of stuff, and they don't own their masters and all that kind of thing that happened, guys, there's a reason why these things happen. You guaranteed promo. You sign it with a record label, you will be on rotation for the next 3 weeks in legal radio in the US. All of these things, you will make royalties. So we have to, somewhat, find a way to distribute our music.
In all that,
and not just be dependent on Vaval Central, DJs, whatever. Because these guys are going to go to those shows, breakfast fets and all those things, and they will draw for the songs that bust already. Now, with us following from the bigger countries with carnivals, like after Trinidad Carnival, we hear the songs that trending down there. Right. The DJs will come in the mindset of, these songs as their priority because that's what people know and that's what they're going to get their forwards from. We have to promote our stuff in there, and that's what the challenge is every year.
Right. Tell me, we still and all that have to promote our local industry, make sure it's solid, right? Competition, Soca Monarch, for example, where we are with that? How important is that still? Pen, as a man who came from Soca Monarch, still relevant, still important, still central. Soca Monarch.
Soca Monarch is. I will not participate in Soca Monarch, but I will always support Soca Monarch because that's where I was born. That's where I came from. But I believe at some point of your career, there's something else you have to do instead of being competitive with the youths that are coming out. That's my opinion when it comes to Soca Monarch. But I love it. I think it should be supported right through. And it's also a way to get your music out there. Don't mind what nobody tell you. When the song that would win for Soca Monarch has an influence on the road. So I support Soca Monarch, I love it. But I believe that when you do Soca Monarch, or when you're in Soca Monarch for a certain amount of years, there's something else. What's next? Where's your concert? Do your thing, feature you, go out there, be in the real deal with. All you need is one hit. Kevin Little proved it to us a long time ago, He's still toying, he's still bigger than a lot of trending artists.
There's some who tell you, as we've made the point, I want us repeatedly, in our context, a number of you see Barbados and Trinidad stop the Soca Monarch, Trinidad run back to it now. That a number, because it's so competition-centered and centric, that in our context, number of artists is much more difficult when you're not in the Soca Monarch loop, when quarters come out and semis come out. I always agree with me that you struggle in our context when you're not in the Soca Monarch. Because we don't have this, we're getting there on the slew of fets and alternatives. But the argument and
But again, like I say, people will say, well, that influencer did this and that person did that person put their hands on the song, they endorsed it, whatever. That has nothing to do with signing a distribution deal where your song is consistently on legal radio or out there in the real world. It's not just about, there's different ways the song would bust, Yeah. There's no one way.
Right. I want to talk to the producers. I've traveled with you. Very healthy respect from Bungie, Marshall, all the others for our production here. They seek out from your time solution producers to work with them. Tell us about the strength. You see Miguel and Elmont, some really top quality.
I'm so proud of this young.
Cutty has been there. They're
doing their thing.
What about our production? We seem to have a very high level. Whoa, don't talk about Ransom.
Ransom, Miggs, Elmo. The youths, if I call your name just now, Swain, they're doing well. The standard is there. I could take any of these guys' rhythms and pitch it to anybody.
Yeah, I see Marshall coming and doing a daybreak at your home and waiting for an interview.
Yeah, right there. He left the interview, went straight by you.
Right.
Yeah, and back then they saw the potential, and I think it influenced a lot of people to do like us and even better than us. And I want to see that continue. There's a consistency of that, and when it comes to our music quality, I think the songwriting needs help. But the production has stepped up, definitely.
Ben, don't rush that point. You see, you're making an equal point. Our production, the quality of the sound has improved. Hear You Loudly has a top songwriter next to us. Iowa does a few every year, but I've heard that echo that we need some work on the writing. Calypso and soca. Poppy's here. Poppy knows I've been drumming in his ears. The writing, the composition. Tell us about that, Pen. You think that you still need some work there?
Well,
generally, no, you.
We need work for sure. I mean, there's always room for improvement. There's always room for improvement. But so far, I don't want to put pressure on anybody for that. What I think where there's pressure, the pressure needs to be is on the distribution of our music.
But the product is important. The songwriting. If you also analyze,
it is very important. Right. I'm not trying to alienate that. I'm saying whether you have a good song, a well-written song, or not, you need to get it out there.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of good songs I can tell you that are here, and it's not even Matnik the playing.
Right. Yeah.
Or in St. Vincent. Because it's obviously we're going back to distribution.
Where we at with Denry segment?
Denry segment split in the middle.
No, where we at now?
I'm just saying the doors are open for Denry segment. It's unique. It's different. It's our indigenous, it's our authentic style.
If you had any advice to give to the Denry segment artists and producers, what would be your advice?
Well, again, just keep doing what you're doing. The product there. I mean, obviously, lyrical content and these things and the quality of the sound and everything can improve. I'm not saying that it's not. It has or it's not been. I mean, look at Umpa doing the Sting Black Boy, everything. But however, let us try to get our distribution aspect
to get the music out.
Try to get that. Try to get with Sony Records. Try to get with BMI. Try to get, and don't mind what nobody tell you about. Oh, you sign in your masters and your member, bro. We no way for us to be concerned about that, because Rihanna did it. And look at her. Can you compare us to what she's doing? Musically, the movement is different. It's solid. So, if you have an issue with your contract, go to the IP lawyers. Reach out to the professionals. I mean, we don't involve the professionals in a lot of things that we're doing. How many artists could tell you that they're working with somebody who's an expert in marketing right now?
Right. Yeah. Or the other aspects of the industry.
How many people tell you, well, I got my contract and I brought it to a particular lawyer to read it for me? How many of them even have a contract? So with the business aspect of the music have to step up.
You need to work on it.
If not, we'll have a problem and we'll be in the same circle of good music not going nowhere.
Interesting. Natani is waiting to come back and is listening. Claude Paul, tell us of where we at in the season. Pen persons in the comments are loving what you are saying this morning and appreciating your perspectives. Claude Paul, you extended the deadline. Pen, you have any song in the competition this year? Any horse? Not are you not telling us? Not that you know. the deadline extended, Claude Paul?
Yes.
For submissions?
Morning everyone. Morning Iowa. Morning Natani. Yes, I. Pen. The big man himself. Yeah, man. Good. So, the deadline we extended because we, you
listen to the people.
Yeah, it's in response to the request by some of the producers, artists, and so that give them a little more time. I guess some of them have songs out there. Want to see which one is the best to submit and what have you.
Yeah, that's a factor.
So it's all good. We still have enough time to do what we have to do, categorize it, and still over the weekend to do the first part, which is the listening of the songs by our elite panel.
Okay.
And so that process is well in place. So that after that we follow up the following weekend with the auditions, live auditions, and then we get our semi-final listing and a final. That's for soca. Calypso starting with Friday, Saturday, then the following weekend. By the following weekend, all teams would have at least had their first outing. We're looking forward to what's happening. A couple songs we hear on the radio, interesting compositions. I like the one about Juju, I'll say that off the bat, and it's twist on pan, great. And with the puns on run, all of that, interesting. One of the little snags, of course, these NEMO requirements every year. These things just come up at you without any prior notice. All of a sudden this year we have the IRD requirement for tax clearance for the tents. And I'm not one to go against complying with government regulations and all of that. We have to support these things. But, in the way in which we discover this, in going to the police to get the final signature. Oh, by the way, you need a tax clearance. So certainly these government departments need to do better marketing. And as Penn was speaking about, the message have to be out there so people can comply. You cannot suddenly discover at the 11th hour that there's this requirement, and we have to do better than that as a country, as a people. Let's do what we have to do. Let these requirements
be known. So each state has to get cleared in revenue.
Yes. So and now
the entity, or is it that shall not own tax, or the entity? What's it?
I'm not even sure what's the reasoning here. Is it the entity? Is it the individuals involved and all of that? I mean, we have to comply with government rules and regulations. Don't get me wrong, but it's the information not being there in time. So, it adds stress to the organizing aspect of it. And as you say, there's non-compliance, blatant non-compliance in certain areas, and all of a sudden, Calypso start everybody, officious and making sure all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed, and you have to comply, and this attitude of those in authority. I mean, we have to do what we have to do. So we'll try to find a way forward, Teddy. In fact, when I'm leaving here, I'm going to Inland Revenue to see how we can smooth out that process to get some way forward on that.
Yeah. All right. Your final word to all the patrons for the weekend?
Well, we have to support the art form, and as Penn says, is our thing.
And Penn also say he needs some work on songwriting, yeah?
Well, that goes before the question. But you see, Teddy, the point was made that it's preparation. We cannot wait until after jazz to start writing a calypso. I mean, that's
or to train people in songwriting.
Yeah, I mean, we need to do that from September, after Carnival, we take a little break, and then we start the thing. There we go.
All right.
So government has to recognize that a CMC, CDF have to get more involved.
In the training,
all the other
agencies,
Export St. Lucia, everybody have to be in it. Yeah, and the sponsors, the business community must be more supportive of arts, of culture and arts, not just an opportunity to advertise your product, but genuinely contribute to this thing, as we see in other islands,
Yeah. I'm happy we have Natani soaking in all this. As an ambassador, you're getting every part of it. I see her soaking in every aspect of it. We're going to pen at a point before you go to Natani.
I think workshops is very important in the off season, especially when it comes to songwriting, music production. I remember once they had something with Casey Phillips that really helped a lot of the younger producers, and sound engineering. That's one of the biggest issues we have for live. You understand? We have the equipment down here, but I could count on one hand the amount of sound engineers that are up to standard when it comes to mixing a band live and all of these things. So sometimes St. Lucians could tell you, listen to the people, they'll tell you, I don't hear things properly, that's sounding this, that. And when that foreign artist come on, I just hear everything, but we need to work on these things. Some of them may not want to hear what I have to say where that is concerned, but we need those workshops. Bring the professionals in the off season to train with sound engineering, how to mix a band, how to get the quality out there, how to deal with wiring, how to deal with routing, all of these things, these technical things. So that the room for improvement a workshop, those little workshops would help in the off season when it comes to that aspect and many other things like all of the concerns we have.
Yeah. We're hearing it from Penn, who's well placed in the industry, not only in St. Lucia, regionally, internationally, to give his advice and guidance. We thought it's important at this juncture in Vaval Central before the storm starts. We're going to Natani Sintoma. Of course, Penn going to end the program, bussing his mad rhythm, a new rhythm. He promises it's going to shake, be an earthquake in the car. He says, when he drop that rhythm, everything changed for Carnival. We hear it in a while, and we'll have Natani doing a little chip to it via Instagram. That'll be nice. You get that beat when you do a little chip to, Natani, you have some more words to us as ambassador. We've been soaking it in. CPMC have to pay us for that, the ambassador soaking in the real Carnival. You're not just a good-looking ambassador. You have to understand the Carnival,
Yes.
So go ahead.
I'm just really excited for the season. I mean, even with the music, I'm really happy that submissions, there's an extension, because I'm sure there's a lot of music that has to come out and be pushed. I'm really excited about that. I'm excited about the youth participation this year. It really is a big deal. I wish and hope and foresee that Carnival is going to be historic this year. And we all have to push, we all have to participate, we all have to support. It's really, really important, and that's what I want to push, as an ambassador this year.
You part of the school tour? You'll be joining the school children at some point?
Yes, as much as I can. I want to really be there, present for as many events and activities as possible, especially as it pertains to the youth.
Yeah. You know, who are some of the other ambassadors? Who are some of them? You remember them? Who they are?
So we got a lot of guys. We have a lot of guys. Shout out all our ambassadors. But we have a lot of artists, right?
I know there's Shemi there. There's Ezra,
right,
there's,
Shemi, Ezra. We have yes, exactly.
A whole host of them.
We have a lot, and exactly. So
And Lance,
as you
Lance
can
was
tell,
added. Lance was added this
yeah,
year.
as you can tell, it's a lot of musical energy, and
Right.
I think that's where I stand out. I'm not an artist in this space, so I can bring a new perspective, which is nice, and I think and I hope it is refreshing for the public.
Yeah, to get out there, and you along with the Jesse, the Gourmet Cutie, who's
Yes,
also the
exactly,
Face of Carnival.
Face of Carnival.
So they mix the substance,
Carnival
the
is
content,
woman, you know.
right? The charm.
So-
There is some charm in Carnival. If I tell Pen, somebody was a Barbadian friend was saying, but there's no band in St. Lucia with a nice female up front. The charm, there's a charm to entertainment that you need, you know. A little frontline female, even she sing two little chorus in front of a Pen. Not Pen alone, but all the bands, you know. But I'm being told. I want
All right.
not me.
Send the demos, ladies. Send the demos. Yeah, DYP.
But Penny
first female vocalist. Send the little demos. Me and Teddy go through the demos. We go watch the demos.
Hold on,
We're going to make a choice. We're going to make a decision.
Natani, you can sing two
And
lines,
then
two little lines.
We're busting a new female with DYP on stage, recordings, everything, full package. How about that?
I want you in mind, a little charm in front of the
you
band.
did on the panel too?
Yeah,
the DYP female artist panel. No problem. All right, we're on.
A little front
That's
line.
already problem solved.
And in fact, female artists we do like soca, it's Keisha and how many others? Cupid holding the fort. And not we have Kitana and so, but we still don't have so many coming through. But that's part of the industry and going through. Your final words, Natani, before you go to Pen and mash it up.
Yeah, I mean, it's that time, June, July. We're busy, we're active, and I'm excited to see everybody, especially July 21st and 22nd on the road. Everybody has to participate and contribute to make this year iconic. And of course, feel the vibes, embody the spirit. Lucian Carnival, nothing sweeter than that.
Nice. And you went through, I like this pillar. Just give me the four pillars. You don't have to go into them. I like how you frame
The
that.
pillars. Okay, so we have inclusivity, responsible enjoyment, sustainability, and cultural preservation.
Wow. Sounding good, Iwa?
Yeah.
Sounding good. Making sense. Natani, that's the first one. The next time she come in costume, Iwa, you know that, right? The next time, in about 2 weeks' time, along with the Feast of Carnival, Natani.
Yeah, Jess, you'll have to come with me.
Right, yeah. We're coming back when we go in the big yard outside. Poopy, you approve? Claude. We're going
I
now.
have no objections.
The music, the music is on. Pen says he has a rhythm to bust. Let's run in the middle.
Just now, before that rhythm bus, hold on. Let me say something. I want to big up all the carnival bands. Big up all the carnival bands. The numbers are here, Teddy.
Yes.
For carnival, the numbers are. You agree, Iwa?
Absolutely.
All right. I want to big up all the international DJs coming down to St. Lucia. Big up all of them. But here what's going on.
Right.
We've met the standard of music, huh?
Right.
We could agree on that. I want to hear more local music on the road carnival day. How about that? Can you agree? Can we agree with them more? Yeah? So, all I'm asking the DJs to do before you reach St. Lucia, first of all, I would recommend more local DJs on the road. That's just me. Whoever think differently, because they're on radio, they hate them. And I could mention names, but I don't want to leave nobody out and not say nothing. More local DJs on the road, and the foreign DJs that come to St. Lucia, do your research. Put in your Serato, St. Lucia Carnival 2025, and give me some more local music. How about that? I'm sure the people ask for it because that's a problem that it's an underlying issue. Okay? I'm going to address that in a song. King Beats. Are you ready, man? What happened? Bust it.
Let's go.
your research and play more local. VIP in the building. Let me tell you something. We love all foreign music, you know. We also love all foreign DJs.
Morning Vaval Central.
Or you better do your research and play more local. Play more local. Play more local. The people want more local music. Play more local. Play more local. Play more local. The people want more local music. Hands up in the air for the music from we island. Hands up in the air for the land that gave us birth. Hands up in the air for the music from we island. Hands up in the air for the land that gave us birth. VIP in the building. Let me tell you something. We love all foreign music, you know. We also love all foreign DJs. But when you see it come to our carnival, all you better do your research and play more local. Play more local. Play more local. The people want more local music. Play more local. Play more local. Play more local. The people want more local music. Hands up in the air for the music from we island. Hands up in the air for the land that gave us birth. Hands up in the air for the music from we island. Hands up in the air for the land that gave us birth. From the mouth right straight to a fat. Everybody must in a sweat. Jumping up and we soaking wet. Boy, rum, banana, and the food. Everybody getting it good. Let the music create a mood. Play more local. Play more local. Play more local. The people want more local music. Play more local. Play more local. Play more local. The people want more local music. VIP in the building. Let me tell you something. We love all foreign music, you know. We also love all foreign DJs. But when you see it come to our carnival, all you better do your research and play more local. Play more local. Play more local. The people want more local music. Play more local. Play more local. Play more local. The people want more local music. Hands up in the air for the music from we island. Hands up in the air for the land that gave us birth. Hands up in the air for the music from we island. Hands up in the air for the land that gave us birth. From the mouth right straight to a fat. Everybody must in a sweat. Jumping up and we soaking wet. Boy, rum, banana, and the food. Everybody getting it good. Let the music create a mood. Play more local. Play more local. Play more local. The people want more local music. Play more local. Play more local. Play more local. The people want more local music. Hands up in the air for the music from we island. Hands up in the air for the land that gave us birth. Hands up in the air for the music from we island. Hands up in the air for the land that gave us birth. Look at all the local music that mash up, mash up. Now we sing for local artists.
Ben Bassinet here. I see Natani going live on Instagram if it one time.
And that is Studio 758 Pen and S production.
Original. Who else
Pen
in that
and
rhythm?
S.
Who else in that rhythm?
Boy, we have Fire City people and that.
Hey, man.
We have Triple K Benji, Mr. Benji on that. We have Hollywood HP on that. We have Ezra the Fun Machine on that. And we have more to come, but when you dropping it? That's that dropping tomorrow. We bust it. How you been
Where you dropping it?
Everywhere, one time. Everybody getting the same speed. Again, distribution. When you say press send, you're supposed to reach it.
Everybody, I want to ping it. Vaval Central. Natalie Santuma, our ambassador in the Puppy, you encroaching in the charm corner, you know. You're almost in the pretty mass section.
I think I okay for that.
Yeah, as a VVIP. A VVIP just for fun. Roston, good morning. Bill, good morning. In the section, who you jumping with Natani this year? Who you normally jump with?
So I normally jump with you, like as Face of Bounty. I am
Everywhere. You have all the your handful of bands. Your handful of bands.
It's gonna be an experience for me for sure.
From band to band. That's a nice tune. Band to band, that's a nice play. From band to band.
Yeah, man. One time. I don't catch a vibe there. One time.
The lines coming, you know.
Band to band.
Band to band. Right. Vaval Central tomorrow, crazy. Desrel saying tomorrow, you know. Desrel, bachelor here, but Desrel here. With the car, Iowa?
Yeah?
The car. And then he, talking about his tune for this year. For the first time ever, his writer saying Poppy has 2 songs ready before this season. You know, normally the CC waits until he has the material and so on. He has both ready, serious defense. So Desrel in the defense of Calypso, but also his car is way ahead. He's the lead car in the thing. You have the car there? Yeah, Pen like that song, pen big it up in VIP. So we got Vaval Central tomorrow, crazy. We have the carnival bands in here tomorrow morning, and lots more action as we build up to the season, to the Friday and Saturday. We started January Carnival launch, Poppy, a big line. The evening 5, 6 o'clock we're starting over in Denry. DYP, pen here talk big up Denry yet, you know. Denry, your DYP with Ezra and a host of artists, the carnival bands launching in Denry.
St. Lucia, and trust me, you're going to hear some songs for the first time live. Denry, the launching of the Denry Carnival on Sunday.
Nice Sunday.
Come early. Trust me, going to be turn up. Denry Carnival, that is the next move. DYP in the building, Denry on Sunday, this Sunday. Rain, we care. Rain, whatever it is, you know we could fit in rain, so don't worry about the weather.
No rain, we go Denry, you know.
No, but in case, that's my little disclaimer. In case you see a little drizzle, don't bust your head. We still getting it good.
Right. Say goodbye to them, Natani, before you go to the car.
Yes, goodbye everyone.
You have the live there for the car? I want Natani live on the car. You have the live for the car? You ready? Yes. Right, let's go. The car. We're out of Vaval Central. We're going out with Natani, Poppy, and Pen on the car. And coming back tomorrow.
So the car driving out.
Let's go.
Dedicated to Exodus. This song is all about cars. Good boy, when you get the car, you have to wash the car, you have to oil the car, well lubricate the car, cause someone's going to kick the car, and he will not jar. 250 square miles, he going very far, he put in it in first gear. Partner all long souffre, very knocking keke. My partner do keke, so you better take care, and just watch us get there. Cause a man go scrap your ride and leave the plate there. That one dedicated to Exodus.
King Beats is in the mix.
This song is all about cars. Correct now. Good boy, when you get the car, you have to wash the car, you have to oil the car, well lubricate the car, cause someone going to take the car, and he will not jar. 250 square miles, he going very far, he put in it in first gear. Partner all long souffre, very knocking keke. My partner do keke, so you better take care, and just watch us get there. Cause a man go scrap your ride and leave the plate there. A man buy a Corolla, he have no control over, he soft like a turnover. What is his problem? I keep on telling Clovis, this car have to service, he paying me no notice. What is his problem? Well, a man reach and jack his car, now we want to cry. Since the day I telling Clovis, boy, to lock your ride. He feeling like he is something, he is Iron Man. Well, look, a next man come in to replace the bottom pan. Boy, when you get the car, you have to wash the car, you have to oil the car, well lubricate the car, cause someone going to take the car, and he will not jar. 248 square miles, he going very far. That one is dedicated to Exodus. This song is all about cars. Correct now. Good boy, when you get the car, you have to wash the car, you have to oil the car, well lubricate the car, cause someone going to take the car, and he will not jar. 258 square miles, he going very far, he put in it in first gear. Partner all long souffre, very knocking keke. My partner do keke, so you better take.
Thank you very much, Teddy. Thank you, Natani. Thank you, Poppy, Pen. Thank you very much, Vaval Central and RCI. It's sponsored by the Carnival Planning and Management Committee, the Carnival Music Management Committee, Creamy Novelties, live a little.
To service.
RSP is the champions of color, the computer store, and Quartz bringing value home.
Now we want to cry. Since the day I telling Clovis, boy, to lock your ride. He feeling like he is something, he is Iron Man.